Okay, friends, Doc here with you, and oh, I know I see a lot of folks kind of on the gloomy side, yeah, lately, and no reason not to be, I suppose. You got, gosh, that war in the Ukraine's driving people nuts, as well it should. There's, I guess, we still a little bit of the pandemic left over. Food prices are going to go up. Evidently, there's a lot of activity there. People got, good reasons to be down in the dumps. But one thing, I'm thinking back to when the pandemic first hit and everything was just so horrendously awful. Um, and people rightfully were very scared. There was people getting horribly ill, some dying. Uh, I found myself it really helped to get busy on something of a positive nature and make certain that you do it with a vengeance. Like I remember, well, the one thing I got to do was I helped at the supermarket. Whatever chores they had that I could do, I did, and it was my job for quite some time to clean the place. And a lot of folks say, "God, you're going to clean the oh, it's what about all the germs and everything? Oh, you a guy your age shouldn't be and all that stuff, what's going on." But I'll tell you the truth, I liked it. I basically suited up. I wore, what little protective gear you need for such a thing. I had a mask and I had the big gloves and frankly, most of the day I was in a cloud of disinfectant. So I, as it all turns out, um, I was fine. And plus, I felt better about cleaning things. It made me feel better to do something to help. And of course, I helped with whatever other food selling chores were were there to do. I did them, and it kind of made me a whole lot happier. Also, for a while, I was I had to make sure people coming into the store were wearing masks. Um, yeah, you had some folks who would argue about such things, but uh, why you got to wear people get sore about having to put on a mask, or someone sore because they saw someone the other day didn't wear a mask in the store, and that kind of thing. But all in all, just helping with that made me again feel better. And when there weren't people trying to get into the store, I'd neaten up outside, you know, do what I could. But I was just thinking this, and I was thinking of this lady the other day. Uh, the pandemic was only about 2 or 3 months old, and it was looking bad. A lot of people getting sick, and deaths starting to pile up. But this lady came by and she was so happy. She pulled up in her car. She came out, parked right in front of the door, and she says, "Listen," she says, I made a whole bunch of food for all these." I think I've told this story before, but it bears repeating nowadays. She says, "I made all this food. I got tuna casserole, macaroni and cheese. I made a lasagna. You folks are in the supermarket, in the store, are working so hard. Could I leave you some food? And you guys can have it up in your break room." It's something, just my way of showing you, to saying thank you and doing what I can to help. And I said, "Well, ma'am, you can ask the manager. And if she says yes, sure, that'd be great. Boy, that smells good." and so she went in and she asked. She came back out, grabbed her food trays. She had a little dish for me. She said, "I know you can't go in, right?" I said, "No, I'm watching the gate here." She says, "Well, here's a plate of lasagna for you." I'm sitting out there, eating. Yeah, doggone. She made my day. And the other thing is she made her day. She was running from our store. She was running down to state police headquarters. I think I think she may have gone to an emergency room. I know she went, it was her mission that day to go all around the area and help people or bring food, nice food, to people that were really sweating it out. And that made her feel a whole lot better. I guess my advice is if you too, what with all the baloney going on, you're feeling kind of, just kind of miserable, maybe something to do to help. Think of what you could do. Maybe a food drive for the folks in the Ukraine. Did I say food? I meant clothing drive. Or even a food drive, maybe a whole bunch of canned goods getting shipped over one way or another. That actually would be a good idea. You see what I'm saying? And you'd be surprised. At the end of it all, you'll be kind of proud of yourself. You'll have used time that you would have spent worrying, doing nice things and helpful things. I'm just saying, it's maybe a good idea. Okay. Anyway, yeah, Lord's Prayer moment, of course. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, the glory forever. So be it. And remember, a lot of the leaders just think it's their kingdom. And thank heaven it's not. Okay, so, yep, I'm sure God's got an eye on us, and he'll work his magic. And in due time, things will be better. And again, if you can think of something you can do to make people a little happier, a little healthier, maybe have a slightly better attitude, well, I'd say get busy on it. And you'd be surprised how good it'll make you feel too. Okay? In fact, these videos, the Lord's Prayer videos, are one thing I decided to do. I just thought it would help. And people tell me it does. So, good. It's what the prayer was meant for. Okay. I'll see you later, friends. Thank you, and God bless.